Yesterday we were talking about cost setups. So in the cost setups, we have done the configurations yesterday, and also we have done one transaction of inventory, how the costing being recorded in the Oracle Cloud. Okay, so what cost types has been allowed by the cloud is standard cost, average cost, that is perpetual cost, and one more is actual cost. So these three cost methods which are there in the EBS system, but mostly 99% the same kind of concept they have brought into the cloud. But somehow, like, the Manju will give brief what could be exact key difference between these three types of costs. Okay, so go ahead, Manju.
It's like so mainly in the
You
costing,
wanted
like
to share your screen? If you want, you can share.
no need, Ram. Like I will just
Yeah, go ahead.
in the mainly in the cost management, we have like in the EBs we have like there were like four types, like standard, average, and then the LIFO and the FIFO. Like that is like LIFO is last in first out and the first in last out. These
Okay.
were the four. These were the four we can see in the EBs or 12. So whereas in the fusion, so they have got like only three. That is like standard, average, and then the actual cost.
Correct.
So what is the like the standard cost is like in the standard cost only the cost load is required. That's it. No calculation will be performing in the standard cost.
Mhm.
So we'll be performing all the calculation outside of the system. For example, suppose we have an item called laptop. So we'll be putting the price like somewhere like 40,000 or something. And another item like TV, something like 20,000. So we'll be putting all the prices outside of the system. And then we'll be loading the same price into the system.
Okay, it is the accumulation of all the individual prices, correct? Like we are calculating the price outside the system, and finally, is it correct? My understanding? Your voice is not sometimes. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is I mean, standard cost means like external world, we are calculating the cost of the goods, either for manufacturing cost or overhead cost or whatever cost, all put together, it become the one final price, correct?
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
that price we are loading directly into the system as a cost.
Yes,
That is
yes,
a standard
exactly.
cost, is it?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, got it.
And then like, average cost is will be no, always average.
Manju, your voice is not audible
Yeah, yeah,
clearly.
your voice is not clear, Manju.
Yeah, hello? Is it?
It's fine now. Go ahead.
Now it is fine.
Hello?
Yeah, now it is fine, Manju.
I think audio problem.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you, Manju. So you have some issue, Manju, from your side, network issue.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, Ram, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Uh, the
Yeah, go ahead.
average cost, see the average cost will be always average. Like, so for example, yesterday we have like bought some 100 quantity of RAM purchases for each $100.
Mhm.
And today like we are purchasing another 200 quantity
Mhm.
from the supplier.
Mhm.
Okay. Since I am buying the 200 quantities, the supplier has given me the like 20% discount.
Correct.
So the outcome will be like so first day on the yesterday what we have bought like 100 into 100 each. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. And then like in the say today I have bought like 200 into like 80
Mhm.
divided by the total unit. Like what was the like quantity?
Quantity.
So you were getting me right? So it will be average out like whatever the item that I am purchasing yesterday,
Mhm.
then like whatever the item that I am purchasing today, it will be averaged out and that will be the outcome of the price
Price.
of the item.
Okay, even for example, what I understand from here is, so let us say we took one of the item yesterday, correct? Something like purchased item. So for purchased item, yesterday what Manju was telling is we purchased for $100. So same item, so $100, let us say some 100 quantity. Same item again we purchase from the supplier, same 200 quantity with maybe 100 or 200, doesn't matter. I mean whatever value. But average cost, what it will do is, it will take quantity into price of yesterday plus quantity into price of today divided by how much quantities of that particular specific item. So that whatever value which we are getting, that is the cost of the item. That is the average cost. Always average cost will take like quantity into price plus how many times it has same particular item which we have purchased from the supplier, or any from the supplier, or from the on hand quantity, or we pull the what you call quantity from other systems. But here system will take this particular item has been costed how many times, so that many times divided by how much quantity, that is that it will give the average cost of this item. Okay, yeah,
Means the same item will be costed in different cost types, right?
different cost, maybe different prices,
The
but
same item,
yeah,
same item.
same item.
Okay.
But if we see the average cost of this item means, all we need to put together a formula, quantity into price plus quantity into price, like that, divided by what is the total quantities.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, what
So,
is next?
and will be going this for average cost normally for the like items which were fluctuating. So normally,
Mm,
so for that items will be going for the actual cost. If the items were like standard constant item price, so we're not going for the average cost. We'll be going for the standard cost and we'll be loading the items to the items. That's it.
okay, okay. What about actual cost?
Actual cost is something same like standard cost, but all the like uh, things will be performing in the like all the calculations, like whatever it may be, the overhead account.
Mm,
So all will be calculating in the system.
okay,
Uh,
then finally they will come up with cost, correct?
yes, exactly, Ram.
Okay.
This standard cost, maybe it's used for the manufacturing items, right? Especially.
No, it's not
Not
only
like
specific to manufacturing, it is for all. See, the standard cost means, see what they will do now. For example, let us say you are buying the laptop from Lenovo.
Okay.
So they will maintain based on some version, they will maintain the cost. So the
Okay.
cost is the cost, how they will going to calculate, it is incurred from all the five to six buckets. One
Okay.
is what is the manufacturing cost. Next
Okay.
one is what is the labor cost. Third one is overhead cost and cost of the building. Whatever wherever they're manufacturing, what is the cost of the building, and
Okay.
what is the raw material cost. So these all five to six buckets put together, they will come up with the cost, final cost. That cost they will directly load into the system. If we go to item master, we have a cost there. So I'll show the attribute. There you can
Okay.
define the what is the purchasing price. So there will be something is there. So I forgot that. There we can post your cost.
Okay.
And
Okay.
also in the, whenever if you take cost type is standard, system will allow to load your items with your cost. So
Okay.
when this particular standard cost never ever change based on your quantities. Whatever today we fix, until if we change it, then that price will be remains as it is. Okay, so average cost only it will varies based on the quantities, and actual cost, whatever we are doing the external world for calculating the final price of the laptop, all those things they will do within the system. Means material labor cost, material I mean raw material price, and building cost. So like five buckets are the overhead cost. There are five majorly Oracle, I don't know. Majorly they will follow the 5 buckets, each bucket having specific. Suppose if you are doing the manufacturing of the laptop, what is the cost of the labor? What is the cost of the machine, lathe machines we are using? How much time the employees has been spending? For them, some cost will come, and raw material cost, transportation. There are a lot of things they will add, and finally they will come up with the price of the laptop. That is the actual cost. Okay, so these
Okay.
things based on the specific business scenario or business requirement. So based on that, so they will tell we'll follow this one, means we will follow continuously either whatever company which we are doing the configuration, that company will follow that particular costing method in the system. Okay, now so yesterday we saw after running the, can you guys give me what and all steps we need to run once in order to see the costing into the system? Anyone? So just for inventory one only. So I did a miscellaneous transaction. After that, what are you going to do to pull up that particular cost into the Oracle Cloud? What steps we need to follow?
First, we need to transfer the transactions from the inventory to costing.
Okay, good.
Open the periods.
Okay. Which periods?
A costing period.
Yeah,
Costing
yeah.
period.
Costing and GL. Okay, very good. Next.
I guess like we need to do some cost scenario.
Scenario.
And then
So if people has not seen the video, go to costing management, create cost accounting distributions. So this is the one, run control through run control. We are running these distributions. After that, we have to review the cost account distributions. From that, system will come to know what is the cost has been. System will record the cost for the miscellaneous transaction. Suppose same cost in order to push into the GL, general ledger. So we need to do extra steps, create accounting and review general entries.
This run control actually.
Run control will come under the create cost accounting distributions.
Okay.
So here we are creating run control. So this run control only one time setup. Like for each cost organization, we have to make only one run control, and cutoff date if you want to will change every month wise, and then click on the schedule process. So this run control will take care of pre-processor, cost processor, COGS, recognition. So these COGS will come from the order management. Okay, cost distribution, all those things. And automatically, so when you run this particular program, so the system will record the cost into the system, cost into the cloud. Okay, so that costing in order to transact or in order to record in the GL, why we need GL? You people know very well. GL transactions will be used for accounting year-end purpose, for P&L, balance sheet, all kind of stuff. So mostly these two, but there are a lot of more and more advantages are there. So to see the things, to see your what you called financial balance of your company, they will always all the whatever things you are doing, it will post into the GL. Fine. So yesterday, what problem we found is why that particular costing. So after running this cost distribution, when you go to review cost distributions, it was not showing right. So because cost elements, because we selected their item cost and non-recoverable cost during your inventory transaction. So for non-recoverable tax, we have not mapped any cost element. So that is the reason system has shown when during our review of cost accounting distribution, system was not showing any data. If you see here, so we selected what is that SR01. Let me open Excel. So where is it? Training. So this is the one we tried, correct? Or after. So these set steps which are common for all the transactions. Just I have shown one of the best example from the inventory. But whenever any transaction will come from procurement or from order management or from payables, the steps what we are following is same for all. Okay. So here this one is coming for, I mean, for my what do you call, this is the one purchasing item. Okay. See, for second item, it is coming here. That date was not showing. Sorry. What I did is, I'm extremely sorry. I forgot to tell. I added that cost element of non-recoverable tax to my cost element. After defining that, then only I would able to see this particular cost distributions in my system. What is cost element? Guys, this is bit, what you call new things, but whatever I'm covering today, so please try to understand the video I have to share tomorrow. Try to understand the things very fast way, because this is like once you keep aside, it will be very tough to understand the things. Please, this is something like a very new area. So what is the cost element? Each and every module wise we have a elements, cost definition elements. So if you take a miscellaneous transaction, we found item price and non-recoverable tax. If we go for procurement, we can find tax, we can find price, we can find the freight rate, and we can find something carrier charges. So these are the various elements of elements which are helpful to define the cost. Okay, so what problem yesterday we faced is, because we created a transaction for inventory. So during our entry of the item cost, there we selected item and then non-recoverable. So I'll show to you people, man. I don't know whether you are able to catch or not. Let me show to that. Inventory management. If you go to create miscellaneous transaction, miscellaneous receipt or issue. Guys, are you able to hear?
Receipt.
Okay. So this one I am taking again to show the where are we entering the item price. Storage. Use current item cost is no, means system will ask to enter the price. Sorry, system will ask enter the price. Yes. So if it is yes, means automatically system will take the cost from cost transactions, means from the system. Whatever cost is present, system will take that and do the calculations based on the quantity. So I'm taking 100 here. So where we will go? These items, edit details, enter cost details. So here yesterday cost components, how many are there? Item price and non-recoverable, right? So for non-recoverable tax, I have not defined cost element in my cost book, cost organization. So that is the reason, even after running the create account distributions, the system has not captured what you call transactions like prices, right? Now why, how it is coming? Because I added those component in the cost element relationship. That is the reason system will be pulling the price.
In
Getting?
S, yeah.
Sorry.
One doubt actually.
Hmm.
We added different types of cost elements, right? Type, freight,
Correct.
item price, and tax.
Correct.
Here we have system is showing only 2 cost elements.
Yeah, this is inventory. For inventory transactions, we have a 2 components. For purchasing transactions, we have a tax, freights, those components will come. But inventory, here we have only 2 components.
Okay.
Module to module wise, cost component codes
Will vary. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the way to do your what you call costing in the system. So if you go to general entries, why it is not showing? Because we are not run create accounting general entry. Still you have any issues, Manju, especially you people, because Harsh and all like they're not required. So like Veeraj, right? Methi. So do you have any questions today? Just are you following the things, or are you facing any difficulty? Methi, are you there?
Unmute.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm just
are
taking
you
just to look at it.
okay? So are you following, right? Just what is the terminologies and all you are following?
Yeah, I'm understanding.
Okay, good, good. So how about Veena?
I'm able.
You're able to? What happened? You're able to hear or not? You're able to understanding, Veena?
Maybe she is on mute.
No, she's on unmute. Hello.
Hello, able to hear my voice?
Okay, so you're understanding, right?
I'm understanding.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. Okay, so now I don't want to create one more transaction because already it is coming. So if you people want, you can make a R&D of this particular costing and all for the inventory transaction. So that way we'll what you call how to see the this is the basic. I am not touched even 5% of costing. So just for to understand how the costing has been recording in the system for inventory transaction we did. So these kind of transactions will be plenty. Today we'll see receipt, tomorrow we'll see issues, miscellaneous issue. Tomorrow we'll see sub inventory transfers. Tomorrow, like we'll see PO receipt and RMA. So all these are the types of transactions. Okay, so all it will hit your cost organization cost book, and if we see the transactions, we'll come to know. Now we'll see how to run the general entries. So for running the general, I mean posting the general, create accounting. Create accounting is the next task. So here, what is the ledger we need to take? We need to take here
SR01.
cost management, sub ledger application.
Okay.
Okay, and ledger is
SR01.
SR01.
This
And process,
miscellaneous.
so process category not required. Yeah, if you want inventory transaction, you can select. See here, you can see the things: adjustment, inventory, purchasing, sales, trade, work in progress. All these transactions will hit the costing. Okay, end date. So end date also you can give today's date. See here, we have to know accounting modes. We have two things. One is draft and final. What I mean by draft is before posting the GLs, somebody has to verify whether GL, the data or the whatever prices which are coming, whether it is properly accurately system has calculated or do we have any issues? So before posting into the system, somebody want to rectify the things, then you have to run your accounting in the draft mode. Okay, so somebody will verify and again they will reprocess by selecting the final. Okay, so that is the difference between draft and final. And process events, so if you want to keep all, you can keep invalid errors, whatever. It is just for understanding. So report style, you want a detailed report also, you can pull out. So now I'm keeping accounting mode as draft. I wanted to see how accounting has been done by the system. After once I feel it is if it is okay, then I'll run this ledger, what to call create accounting again to by selecting accounting mode as a final. Okay. So transfer to general ledger, this and all, no. So these, why it is coming now? Because of draft. Okay, include user transaction identifiers. If you want, you can select as yes. Then
What does it mean actually? Include?
this I don't know here exactly, because there is some kind of terminology financial people also use. I don't know what is identifiers here. I'll try to understand the things. Okay, if I get some information, I'll share to you.
Okay.
So where you can see the program, go to tools, schedule process. So now it is running. So execution report also it will show. Since it is not posting to the GL, system will generate the execution report. It is coming error. So I think GL wise we need to do some setups. Maybe that mapping sets and all. BIP JBID. Oh no. So there is some error in the report. Okay. Anything else it will run. So execution report, once it is success, see here. See, this is the report it will show. So how to open this one? Click on republish. So there is some problem in our maybe GL side. Report completed. Open this. Okay, so this is the GL report before posting. Okay, so here we can see miscellaneous transaction, number of transactions 5. Okay, so it will show the ledger and also it will show the each transaction wise what is the prices and all. I mean debit account, debit amount, credit amount, all those things. And also I'm thinking like where it will show the what you call average cost. That is, I have a question here. So anyone having idea? Harsh?
No idea, Ramon. Question.
Okay. Anything, Manju? Did you see these kind of reports in the EBS?
I have seen the reports now, but not this kind like in the,
No, at least have you able to find the average, what you call the average cost of the item? Somewhere it will print it.
the type only, I guess, like in the print.
Cost to book quantity, all those things. It will be showing only inventory, all those things and all. I don't know where it will show. Okay, that's fine. That I'll try to get it out. But this is the report before posting the what you called your transaction to the GL. So when you run the draft mode, system will give this report. Then once you feel the financial guy will feel it is okay, then they will go to, not here, sorry, review costing, go to system again, create accounting. So this time they will select cost management, same thing, SR01, and accounting mode final process. So if you want, you can generate even detailed report after posting also. Just submit the program. So if any mapping set issues are there, then mostly it won't post in the ledger. Let us see. This post subledger general entries. So create accounting sub process succeeded. Let me see. Okay, same kind of things we'll see even after procurement as well. So that time we'll get some more detailed information, and also some of the transactions of inventory also we'll see. Because with one transaction you can't understand the things how it is working, right? So create accounting execution report. So this time I feel there is no error. Scheme error again. Okay, so this error we don't know why it is. Default PDF accounting. So process report style include user. Okay, this is accounting process ID. Why it is failed? It is not showing anywhere. Not showing anywhere why it is failed. I'll try to verify it. What could be the reason? Because currently I don't know what exactly. Okay, if we go there, if you see the transactions of review your cost accounting distributions or review journal entries. So from here itself we can see review cost accounting distributions. So just click on search again. So if it is having any issue, it won't see general entries also came. So system has posted the entries into the general ledger. So earlier we were able to see here. Are you able to see anything here? It was showing as some kind of message, right? Because we are not ran the create accounting. After running the create accounting, then you can see, suppose if you see the T accounts means nothing, simple debit and credit value it will show. Okay, so this is for what? For your component wise, whatever item wise. So far, how much quantities has been, I mean, what is the price of this total what you called your item wise transactions, the quantity, sorry, the price, total price this is. Okay, so this way we can see your transactions in the general entry. But my question is, where we can see the what you called average cost? Each what you call line wise it is showing, but I'll find out, man. I'll try to find out here. Here nothing, not showing anything. So we'll try to find out. Okay, so this is the actually the basic of cost accounting for inventory transaction. Okay. So where we are in the syllabus point of view. So this is our syllabus for inventory and procurement. So this is manage accounting, these are all we did. And even tide carriers. So till here we did item creation, miscellaneous, push the costing and cause the transactions. So this point also we covered with the costing setups. Okay. So now, so tomorrow onwards, we'll see the basic procurement setup. But before that, tomorrow Friday, again, I'll show some more transactions for the costing to understand a bit more. And then Monday onwards, we'll start procurement side.
Tomorrow it's Thursday, right? Ramu?
Tomorrow, oh, that's today, no?
Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, Friday we'll start procurement side. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So, one more question.
Manage carriers and transitors. We did that. Like we
No,
haven't did, I guess. Right?
yeah, we have not done, but these are used for this one in inter-organization transfers and what do you call sub-inventory
Transfer orders.
transfers. Yeah, transfer orders.
Mm.
So this is very straightforward setups. So that I'll show during our transfer orders. Okay.
Is there any concept called inter-organization transfers?
Yeah. While doing the our inventory control, inventory material transfers, so we
Okay.
can see direct in transit, and we have somewhere.
Like interorg is like moving material from one org to another org.
Correct. No, those particular arcs are not belongs to one entity, one BU, which are belongs to different legal entities. See, there are two things: intra. Inter means those inventories are belongs to same business unit. Intra means whatever arcs we are selecting, that inventory arcs which are not belongs to same BU, it is belongs to different BU. Again, different legal entity. So that is
Well,
intra.
we can do the transaction based on the legal entity. Even under legal entity, we have different
What?
inventory.
What transactions means?
If you have two separate legal entities, under one legal entity, we have one inventory org and another legal entity, one inventory.
That is what intra.
Okay.
That is intra. Inter means within our legal entity, within the single BU. If we are keeping multiple BUs, that is intra.
Okay.
So that I will cover. We'll try to cover. So intra, like we need to do some more setups for that, and we'll try to do. But interorganization, definitely those things will come under inventory transactions. These are here. I don't think so I have kept, but we'll cover.
Transfer orders is it is a different concept. Transfer orders.
See, transfer orders will be like same concept, but it is inter-organization transfer.
Okay.
See, transfer material from inventory of under one BU, one B business unit.
Okay.
So under the BU, whatever arcs which you have, let us say A and B, you want to move the material from A to B, then that is the transfer order or inter-organization transfer. Both are same.
Okay.
Both are same, but I guess like for transfer order, it's a documented transaction, right, Ramu?
Yeah, correct. But no, I could not find any difference here. Inter-organization also it is document transfer.
Okay.
So if it is sub-inventory transfers, somewhere sub-inventory transfers we have. So that time it is not a document kind of transit time. All those things won't come into picture. So just directly system will move the material from one sub-inventory to another sub-inventory of that under the inventory organization. So document reference is mandatory for transfer orders.
So for C sub-inventory transfer, there will be no documentation. But if you take movement request, there will be a document, right? If pick slip report kind of thing, so that we
Correct,
can
correct.
the
Sub-inventory, there is no document reference, exactly, 100%. So picking time, so sorry, movement request, there are two things. One is internal movement request and one more is for external. External nothing but it is not external exactly. So that movement request will do for order management point of view.
okay.
So that time definitely document number is number automatically system will generate. Okay, sub-inventory, it is just sub-inventory point of view, it will what you call create one transaction. It won't make one more transaction, I mean one more document number for movement request. So it is not required any movement request. So movement request basically when it is required now. So whenever, let us say we have a two inventory arcs, I mean inventory point of view. So the B want the data, the B want the quantity from the A. So what system will do is B will initiate one internal request. So based on that internal request, system will select, take that, I mean A has to consider. So then A will move the quantity to B. So during this particular transaction, system will generate the movement requests. Okay. So I think today we'll wind up, because if I start something today, I mean another transaction will take more time. So I'm trying to do tomorrow one more transaction for either miscellaneous issue or some other things. Then we'll switch into the procurement side. Okay.
Okay.
So any questions today? Hey, this job roles, please prepare either you, Manju, or Ramana, because I given
Yeah.
all job roles right for you, Ramana.
Yes.
You prepare it and prepare that Excel. All the job roles for order management, procurement, and inventory. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, Methi, wait for some time. So you remaining people you can drop off. Okay. So tomorrow same time 9 p.m. we'll connect.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Good night.
Okay, Ram. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Veena, you also can drop off.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, Methi, what's my plan is, Abhishek, you are there, right? Abhishek also.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay. What's my plan is, because what I covered for this order inventory and procurement is, because before
Okay.
going to start the inventory
Yes,
or
I am there,
procure,
Ram.
okay. So before going to start the inventory or procurement, so we need generic setups which are essential for SCM, supply chain management. If you take
Okay.
any module in the cloud, so these generic
Yeah.
setups are mandatory. That particular setups we covered in the 1 week, hardly 1 week over. So those
Okay.
setups I'll show to you. So these are the things. Architecture of the hierarchy. So these things I'll try to cover either weekend time, or this weekend or next weekend we'll plan it. Because for you as well as one more lady, Veena also, she has joined recently 2 days back. So I'll cover
Okay.
these things to you people, and we'll continue remaining sessions as it is with the other team members. Is it okay?
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, that will be fine.
Okay. All right. So tomorrow we'll connect same time 9 p.m. and we'll continue our things. Okay. Yeah, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Do you have any question, Abhishek?
I have a query.
Huh.
No, not with me.
Yeah, Maitri, tell me.
Yeah, please.
Can I speak?
Yeah, please go ahead.
See, what are we going to, how are we planning to go ahead? I'll be doing SCM first, or I'll be going to manufacturing? Can you give me
No.
a roadmap to that?
We are doing SCM first. We are covering first
Okay.
inventory and then
Okay.
procurement, and then we are
Okay.
moving to manufacturing.
Okay.
So that way,
And
yeah.
okay, this will cover up the entire SCM module. This
No.
inventory.
See, SCM is the 5 modules. It is the combination of 5. Okay. So
Yeah.
in the in the like and what do you call in the world in the cloud environment. So let us say SCM consultant, if we take their designation is, I mean, their kind of work will be either that particular guy will be responsible for inventory, procurement, product information, that is a PIM, item creation, and manufacturing. So either this way they will ask, or order management, procurement, inventory, and then manufacturing. Manufacturing is pure optional, Methi. Okay. If you have the knowledge, it will be well and good. Even if you don't have also, if you know these what you call different modules, then you are eligible for the SCM consultant.
Okay, so this is a standard. So even if I complete this module, all these 3 modules, can I take a certification from Oracle?
Yes,
Am I eligible
we can.
for that?
We can. Yes, we can.
Okay, fine.
You can.
And coming back to manufacturing, there is one more module called as asset maintenance using IoT techniques. I mean, Internet of Things, IoT. Correct.
Yeah.
Interfacing equipments along with manufacturing, where I can monitor if there's any shutdown, there's any breakdown, and the work orders are generated, and there's any planned shutdown of the maintenance and all those things. How does it affect the manufacturing model? All those things are covered up in that section.
IoT, yes, but IoT actually even I don't know. So that is the dry area for me when I need to learn that. But especially in the work order also, I'll try to cover. We have 2 types of manufacturing process, right? Discrete and one more is what is that? Process manufacturing. So discrete means it's like a process manufacturing means once you create the FZ finished goods, you cannot convert back that FZ to raw materials. Means rework order, it won't be possible for process manufacturing. Let us say best example is, so you, 1 second sir, just a moment.
కొత్తది అట్లా కవర్ ఉండే మళ్ళీ అట్లా పెట్టినా దాంట్లో లేదా దాంట్లో లేదు
why they want existing order? Because already yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Meti, you were asking something. Hello.